Alright, now, just so that you know, I do have microphone problems. I do hope that you get the volume to where you can actually hear this, because, I deem this to be as much as an important portion as the first video. The SKS will get you accuracy to a minimum of 300 yards. 3 to 400 depending on the shooter and how he is with his environment and so on and so forth. Elevations, wind flow, things of that nature, okay? Because the gun does have restrictions. Okay, it's not an AR. However, he had some other guns. I mean, we talked about AKs. End-Time Watchman talked about shotguns. We were talking about affordability, and there were some people that I think he was concerned with how much it was going to cost. So I thought since he didn't include this weapon, I would include it as a response video, and hopefully he'll put at least this part 2 up. Okay, because part 2 is really uh, mostly all about End-Time Watchmen. Um, this particular firearm, it's really not that heavy. The stock is easily interchangeable, which I say is what I'm going to do, and you'll see it. I'll actually do before pictures before I take this one apart, and then I'll do after pictures where I put the new stock on, and you'll see what it looks like. And the stock is pretty much the body. All of this wood stuff will actually change because right now it looks a lot like an AK-47. It's actually older than an AK-47. Well, the design is, and you should actually go look it up. It's actually quite a decent rifle. It shoots the exact same ammunition as an AK-47. You can see, hopefully, let me look at the, too much blur, too much light. I don't want to get that light off of there. Oh, see that? 7.62 by 39. See that? That's the type of ammunition that goes in here. It's not a gigantic round, but that really doesn't make the difference, to be honest. Um, if you get them now, I think the biggest you can get, I think, is a 20. I saw them on eBay. You can get 20 rounds. This one is a much larger capacity because it was pre-ban. Okay, this is why this is much larger capacity. It's fairly easy to operate, fairly easy to use. I mean, it's straightforward. I mean, it does need to be cleaned and taken care of. However, this is almost identical to the AK-47, and the idea is you can take this sumbitch out in the yard. Please forgive my language. You can bury it in the dirt. You can pull it up, and you can go to work. Okay, as long as you clear the tube or the barrel, depending on what you're talking about or what type of lingo you want to use. Some gun guys are get a little fanatic. It doesn't really matter if you know the parts or not. Okay, but I mean, basically, I mean, you're gonna need to review someone who's a lot more educated on teaching you how to clean it and so forth. I could show you, and I could break it down and tear it apart and put it back together for you. But you might want to step by step. Some people need this. Now, the reason why I'm giving this gun as an option is because, like most of your SKSs out there now, or not SKSs, but AK-47s, which people consider to be, I guess, the bottom tier of assault rifles, they're running, between $500 and $600. An AR is going to run you between, 8 and 1,500, depending on the loadout you get, the name brand you get, and so on and so forth. So here's what I'm telling you. I bought an SKS used. Okay. I'm going to change the body out, which cost about $100 on eBay. On eBay. Okay. You can buy them right off of eBay. Mail them to you. There's no gun. They're just sending you the stock. Okay. The actual gun itself. Um, 500 rounds of ammunition already for it. Some high capacity pre-band mags. I won't tell you how many, but enough. I got the 500 rounds of ammunition given to me in a old, as you can see right there, it's a magazine case. It is the ones that is completely sealed for the ergonomic lifespan. You know, stuff won't corrode and whatnot in it. I mean, I got 500 rounds in there, and I have plenty of room to maybe store some important documents. You know, a deed or something in there. Lots of different stuff could fit in there. Probably, I would say you could probably also, on top of your 500 rounds of ammunition, you could probably drop a good 40 ounces of silver in here. You know, because there's nothing like an ammunition stash and a hard currency like gold or silver stashed around to help you out in a time and in a pinch for whatever reason you may see that fit for. But I got all of that stuff, and the max I'm gonna spend is $350. Okay, that's it. Now, it's not everything you're going to need. 500 rounds are not going to last you forever, but it's better than nothing. Okay? If you're just getting into this now, I mean, if you look at End Time Watchman, he's been preparing for quite some time. He's been watching things and stockpiling things and utilizing his money correctly and doing what he has to do. Um, this, for some people, is a great option. And then you can go to your local gun show, and you can pick up 1,000 rounds at a time if you want. Take you a $50 bill down there or so. It probably normally takes about $10 to get into a gun show, and then you just tool around and say, look for your ammunition. And if you're a complete novice, just take the empty box with you. Load up one of your, magazines, clips, whatever you want to call it, and you could actually tear the top of the box off and carry it with you. Comes in a little 20-round box, and they sell them. Trust me. You'll see more SKSs. You'll see scopes. But yeah, and that's another thing. When I'm done for $350, I'm gonna have scope the whole loadout. Okay. So in other words, I will be completely ready for field engagement. I'll also be able to hunt with it. Say that. I mean, that's a good thing that End Time Watching is trying to tell you. It will be a multifaceted tool for me. Okay. I can hunt with it. I can defend myself with it, scare animals off if I need to, shoot people with it, whether they got badges or whatever their crazy deal is from the federal government. Trying to take away my rights. Whatever you need to do. Okay, shooting this in your house, bad idea. Okay, bad idea. Um, Definitely move to a sidearm or a 12 gauge, something like that in your house. You start racking this thing off in your house, semi-automatic, 50 rounds flying out. You're gonna deafen yourself. You're not gonna be able to do anything to help yourself. Okay, you might out of finger reflex get the third round out, but as soon as that third round out and starts echoing through the drywall in your home, yeah, you're gonna blow both your eardrums out and you're done for. Okay. So if he's a trained person who does the stack formation coming into your home, they're wearing ear protection. So their equilibrium won't be screwed up and you'll be dead. So that is the SKS. There are many versions. There's Russian one, there's Yugoslavian ones, there's a Czech Republic one, there's this one here, particular one, is a Chinese one. And before you give me hell, I know, but it's a nice piece of machinery. Okay, and it is a Chinese built SKS. So if you can't afford, if you're really looking at money and you're thinking, okay, I don't have enough food stored up or a water filtration system yet, and you're trying to use what little you have to get things you need to try and help you, okay, this is a really, really nice alternative weapon, okay, that no, it's not going to reach out and touch someone 8 football fields away like a AR-15. It's not, it's almost, I mean, your AK is between 400 and 500 yards with supreme accuracy, okay? This is 3 to 400 yards, so you're really not that far behind, and you're doing it at half the price. Trust me. All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.